Hello everyone. In this video I'm going to show you how to make this social media post. Okay, you can see that this idea is nice. It is one of the trending ideas that's going on right now, and I want to draw your attention to some of the important features of this particular post. Okay, so firstly you can see that this post is actually on another background, and there is a shadow over here, right? So I'm going to show you how to put this shadow. Then I'm going to show you how to do this lettering. Okay, and you can see the words mastering is in a color and psychology is in another color, and they're looking nice, very nice together, right? Now the other thing is the logo. You can see a studio mentalist, so that is the logo of this particular company or some studio. Okay, and then we have these three images over here. I'll show you how to design these images, or you can use a preset. Okay, and how to insert these photos in these particular boxes. Okay, then the other aspect is the content. Here we have an address and a contact number. Obviously it's a fake contact number, so don't try contacting them. Okay, and then we are going to put this logo over here. Okay, so this is everything in this particular social media post. I hope you will like this video. I'm going to explain it all the way so that it's easy for you to understand. Okay, now while I was talking to you, I really do not like this background because it's the only color which is not matching to the rest of it. So probably I'll select that circle behind, yeah, and then change the color to something more suitable, like this one, or if you want a little darker, this one maybe. Yeah, the dark colors won't look good, so we'll just put the same one over here. Okay, so this is our final thing. So let's get started. Now the first thing that I've done already is to change the shape of this particular slide. Okay, so to do that you can go to design, and from under slide size you can go to custom slide size, and from here, from this drop down, I've selected 4:3. Okay, you can select whichever you want, but for this particular design I wanted 4:3, so I've done this. This is one thing. The second thing that I've done is after going to design and variants, I clicked on this, and then I chose this particular color scheme. Okay, so the color scheme that I've chosen is yellow orange. Okay, you can choose whichever you want, but the one that I've chosen for this design is yellow orange. Okay, so I'm going to keep the same color scheme and the size, and I'm going to insert another slide over here. So I'll go to home and click on new slide and click on blank slide. Okay, I scroll down, blank slide. So this is where I'm going to design this. Okay, so let's start. The first thing that I need is this box over here. Let's make this a little bigger. Okay, so this box. Okay, so I'll go to shapes, I'll select the rectangle tool, and from here I'm going to draw the box. Okay, so I'm not going to put the box exactly in the middle because I want the shadow to be visible. Okay, so I put it slightly on the left. So let's design the box first. I'm going to change the color a little bit from what we have here. Okay, so let's say shape fill is something like I want a little darker color, so probably this one is good. And then I do not want the shape outline, so I click on no outline over here. That's done. Then I want to have a color for this background. So right click and then format background. From here I'm going to select a color. Now remember that the background color has to be a little lighter so that the shadow is visible. So I'm going to select a color something like probably this one. Okay, this looks good. This combination is looking good. So okay, so there is a difference, right? All right, so this is actually my primary color, the background color. Okay, so with the box selected, I'm going to shape format, and then I'll come down to the right hand side where you have format shape, and here I'll click on effects. Okay, you can also go to effects from here, and you can go to shadow. That's what I wanted to select, but I'll go from here, click on shadow, select a preset, and for this particular design, this is the one that I've selected. Okay, but now you can see that the preset effect is not exactly like what it is here, right? So I'm going to increase some of these features, or you can say parameters over here. Okay, so the first thing that I'm going to do is the distance. You can see I want it to be larger, so this is my distance, around 25 pixels or 25 points, you can see. But then the blur is a little darker. I want it a little lighter, so I'll keep it like this to 15. Now you can see it is looking much better. Now one guideline that I can tell you is that the distance between this box and the top of the slide, and the distance between the shadow and the bottom of the slide, try to keep them same, then it will look much better. Okay, all right, now this will give a nice floating effect, as if this particular box is floating on top of the background, right? Okay. Now the next thing that I'm going to do is to put this particular overlay. You can see this overlay. Okay, so this is actually a triangle. We'll go to shape, we'll put a triangle, draw it over here. Okay, let me bring it like this, and then I'll extend it to the end of the square. Now I do not want a border of this triangle. I do not actually want border of anything on this particular design. So I'll click on no outline, and you can see it's in place. Okay, so you can play with the height and the distance, okay, based on my logo and all. We'll see how to do it. Okay, so that's done. Next is this particular label on top. Okay, so I'll again go to shapes, I'll select the rectangle, and then I'm going to draw this label. Okay, make it a little bigger. Again, I do not want to outline, and for the shape fill color, I'm going to select something different. I can actually go for a little darker color this time. This one is not good. This one is matching. Something different I want, you know. So this is probably good. Okay, so this is looking nice. This is almost the same color that I've chosen here. Okay, now the next thing is the images. Now once I have the images, then I can easily put the logo. In fact, if I have these things in place, then it will be easier for me to put the images. So let's put this text first. So it's very easy for the text. You can just go to shapes, click on this text box, bring it down, write something over here, like you can say mastering. Okay, so mastering, you can choose any font. For this particular design, I actually chose let me choose something like this one. Okay, so I'll choose the color as white, like in the description, in the design that I showed you. Mastering, what mastering, then I'll make a duplicate of this. You can select this and press Ctrl D on my keyboard, so it will have duplicate. Then mastering, what else? Let's say PowerPoint. Okay, it could be anything. I've just put PowerPoint for the sake of it, but I need a little bolder, or you know, fatter, thicker, heavier font, so I can use this Aptos Black. This is looking nice. I'll make it bigger in size. I need very big numbers. Okay, then you can adjust this based on, you know, your requirement, what exactly you want to do of this. Okay, so let's keep it like this. Now one thing which is one thing which is different from here, if you see, these two lines or this word, part of these words, they're very close to each other, right? But here it's not. Here the distance is too much. So let's select this entire text. You can just select the text by clicking on the text box as well. And then on home, then paragraph, you see this option which says line spacing. You can click on this. Here the options that are given are only to increase the line spacing, but we need to decrease it this time. So I'll click on this, and then I'll click on single, where it's written line spacing. I'll click on that, then go to multiple, and then I'm going to decrease it to how much? 0.5. So it's like this. If I do a little more, 0.1, this is too much, so I need something in between. So go there again, click on exactly, let's do this. This should be fine. I think I did exactly last time as well. So say, see, the size of the letters or the font is 80. So if you have 80 over here, that means one line spacing. Okay, so I need lesser than that. So something like 66 should do. Yeah, this looks nice now. Now I'll adjust and I'll place it just below the mastering PowerPoint. This looks much better. Put a dot. Yeah. So it is aligning with the border on the top. So I'll change the color of this text to something different, like probably this one, which is actually the background color of my post. Okay, all right. So mastering PowerPoint, let's now use some icon for this. So one way you can do is to get icons from some website or wherever. If you have an icon for the company, you can directly use their icon, or I mean logo I'm talking about, or you can go to insert over here and click on this icons option. Okay, if you want a quick icon from here, you can get it from here as well. So there are a lot of icons and there are a lot of categories also on the top. Okay, you can see here medical interface. So whichever you want, you can take for this. And since we're talking about PowerPoint, let me see something like business. Okay, and technology. Okay, so in technology, I have this one. This looks good. And what else I have? Okay, we're just looking for a good icon that we can use. Let's use this one. This looks good. Okay, so it will come here. You drag it somewhere here. Okay, what I've done here is they're aligning with the text over here. So probably you can choose the entire text and move it little up like this. Okay, and then you can move the icon also up. You can see the grid lines. Okay, you can see the grid lines over here, right? Okay, you can play with the size of it. For now, I'm going to keep it as it is, and I'm going to use this particular color, the same color of this background and this text. Okay, now let's say studio mentalist they've written. Let us write something similar. Okay, so I'll again Control D. You can add another one, but for the ease of it, I'll just do Control D. I'll make it really small. Remove the bold. In small text, it is recommended that you do not use bold. Okay, so mastering, no, not mastering. Let's say studio, as they have written, studio. Okay, and then let's give a name to the studio. Control D. And what can be the name of the studio? Let's say Studio Power Apps. Okay, then I'll make this as bold and then change the color to the same one like this. And this is looking much more professional. Okay, Studio Power Apps. So I've increased the distance slightly, and probably this is looking okay, right? All right, you can play with these things and make it exactly like you want. Okay, so we're done with most of it. We have to do this thing in the bottom. So here also I've used an icon. So I'll go to insert and click on icons. I have actually searched for home over here. You can search and see various kind of homes. Okay, or here let me search contact. Okay, there is something like contact, there's something like this from here. So let's say tent. Yes, so this looks good. I'm going to use this tent for this particular design. You can choose whichever you want, and I'll place it in the middle like this. Now you can see there's a background to this particular tent, right? So for background it's very easy. We'll go to shapes and get a circle, and I am going to draw a circle by pressing the shift key on my keyboard. So I'll press the shift key and drag it to form a circle like this. Okay, so I'll try to entirely cover it. Okay, and then I'll select both the icon and the circle. Then I'll go to format, and here I'm going to go to align center, again align middle, so that they are exactly overlapping with each other, right? And then I'm going to make them little smaller in size. Again, while you are resizing them, if you do like this, the shape can change. So hold your shift key, so it will remain as a circle. Okay, and I'm leaving them. Now I'll try to put it in the middle and aligned with this text. Okay, now as I said, I don't want any outline, so I'll click on shape outline over here and select no outline, and this is done. I am going to select the color as well. So color should be which one? The background will look good if we make this color a little different, right? Okay, anyways, so I've made it to the same color as the background. Okay, same one, and now I need to send it little backwards. So click on this send backward option under shape format, or send backward here. Now you see it has given us the same feeling, right? Similar. All right, now I'm going to select the tent and change this color to, again I cannot select the same color, it will look different, so I'll select this one. Okay, you can play with the colors, you can do whichever you want, but for now I'm going to stay with this. All right, the next thing is the content, the address, and this. So you can take the address from anywhere. I'm just for the sake of time, I'm just copying it from here. Okay, so I'll just use Control C to copy, and then I'll paste Control V to paste the content. Now what you can do is that when you are copying from some website or some other format like PDF, you can paste the value only or the text only. Okay, like this. Okay, anyways, so I've done this, and then I'm going to change the font to the font that we are using in this particular design, which is Aptos Display, and it has not changed. So I'll select it again, and again I will go up, Aptos Display. Okay, 3 rows. This is fine, I think. This is nice. See, the designs, I'm trying to show you the previous design, but then it need not be exactly same. You can play with this according to your requirement and make it ready. Okay, so now most of the content or the features of this particular post are done. Okay, you can see the text, you can see the logo, you can see the address, the icon over here, everything is done. Only thing remaining are these photos in the middle. Now you are free to choose the shape in which you want to put these photos. Okay, you must be having some photos from your client, or the photos from that you have taken from those particular projects, right? So you can use those. For now, I'll show you how to use stock photos. Okay. All right. So for this particular design, let's select another particular shape, um, which can be this hexagon. Okay. I like these hexagon shapes. They look very nice within themselves. Okay. So I'll make it of this size. For now, let's have a different color, and I do not need outlines. Okay. Now what I did in the previous design is that I went to shape effects, I went to preset, and I selected this. Now this preset may or may not be useful to you. Okay, if we change the fill color, it will look like this. May or may not be useful to you, so you are free to choose. But for this particular design, let me use the same preset. So I'm going to make another of this. So I'll say Ctrl D, and I'll do it once again. So I have three hexagons, and I'll put them like this. Okay, we should pull it down. Yeah. Okay, so this is how my images are going to be put on this particular design. Okay. All right, now let me show you how to put an image inside this hexagons. So you have to select one of those and then go to shape fill under format shape dialog box, and here select picture or texture fill. Once you select this, you will get these options. Now it's saying picture source. Now if you have already copied something on your clipboard, you can directly paste from there, or you can click on insert. If you are happy with the textures, you can select texture from here. Whichever you want, you can select from here. These textures are there on Microsoft PowerPoint for like last 35 years or 40 years. I'm seeing this, I don't know. All right, anyway, so I'm going to show you how to insert a picture, and you can insert a picture from a file or stock images or online pictures, or you can also select these icons. For now, I'm going to select on stock images. Remember, if you're using stock images, you should have permission, and your client should be happy to get those images. Okay, so I want some relevant images, so you click on this. Let's say office, and it will give you some images like this. Whichever you want, you can select. So let me select this one. I'll click on insert, and you can see this has appeared over here. Okay, similarly I'll add 2 more pictures. I'll click on this and fill, go to picture texture, and it has already selected that picture by default, and then click on insert, stock image. I'll type office again. You can see what they come up with. Okay, I'll select this one, insert. Okay, done. Next one. Again, I'll go to picture or texture fill. The previous one from the clipboard has actually inserted here. Click on stock images again, and this time let me share something fun like this cow. Okay, now this is my image. My post is ready. However, if you see, these images are not exactly how you want them to look. Okay, they're skewed a little bit. So to play with those, you can come here again, click on this, and if you scroll down, you will find these options called offset. Okay, you can play with these options like transparency, then tile picture with texture. See what happens here if you do that, and you can play around and see what happens. But here, see what I'm going to do. I'm going to click on offset bottom, and I'm going to insert. Okay, increase. I have to decrease the offset. That will make the cow little longer. You see, Now this is looking more natural. Similarly, for this guy, I'm going to go left, make him little, thicker. Now this is looking nice. This lady also, I'll go there, and I will change something over here. Let's see what happens. Offset right, I am decreasing. Okay, offset left. Okay, now this is looking much better. Okay, so you can play with this offset amounts and change how these are looking. Now that brings me to the end of this particular lesson. Here I've shown you how to create or how to design this awesome social media post using PowerPoint. Now you can obviously play with this. You don't have to make exactly what you're seeing, but I would be very happy if you can create something similar, okay, and you can post it in the assignment section. Okay, I will upload this particular slide and deck so that you can take a look, and probably you can take help from that while creating your assignment. Okay, all the best. I'll see you in the next video.